Yo, what is up guys, Fanatic here, and this is going to be a complete guide or tutorial on the full Easter egg of Call of Duty World War II The Darkest Shore. Now this isn't my footage, I got this from NoahJ456 just because I couldn't do the Easter egg in time, and I just want to get this video out there, but other than that, hope you guys enjoy the video, and I'll talk to you guys later. Alright, so the first step is very straightforward and easy, it's just turning on the power. This is most typical on all maps, but the first switch here can be found on just opposite up the stairs in the sub room, or if you make your way through the little bluffs or the inside facility bunkers, you'll see it on the wall just right here, and that's switch number 1. And switch number 2 can be found in the very top bunker next to the giant AA gun. It's in that room. It's just right here next to the little bunk bed. You can't miss it. And now on to the next step. So the next step is actually gaining access to the ancient door, and to do this you need to ride the minecarts. If you're up top just opposite of Pack-a-Punch, switch it to the red one or the one on the right, and it'll take you down the right path. All you have to do is kill the bomber in front of this wall, and it'll open the door. You can go in there, and inside there will actually be a monk head just to the right of the door. Just keep holding square and you'll eventually pick it up, and that's all you need to do inside of this ancient door room. So for the next step, you're going to need the upgraded saw, not the one that you put in the Pack-a-Punch, but just the one that you use with the fuse. And if you don't know how to build that yet, I'll have a tutorial link in the description for you to check out. But what you're going to do is you're going to go up to this body hanging just by the cliffside, and you're going to want to shoot it just by its head area, and it's going to drop the head. You're going to go pick up that head, take it to the sub room, and put it on this body. And after you do that, you're going to need to collect souls around this door. But before you do that, I suggest getting set up. Maybe one person be running camouflage, having the double tap perk, and having the upgraded 1911. They're really good too. Maybe the SVT, the bar, anything you can to get set up, because you are going to need to survive this area. It's going to close down on you, and you're going to need to turn these dials to stop the fire. There's going to be a Brenner zombie. Once the door actually opens, you're going to need to kill him. Then after that, you go in, you place the monk's head just on the left side, and then you can begin the next step. So for the next step, there actually is going to be flat cannons. They're going to be available now. You just go up top, you buy them for 750 points. There's going to be around 10 to 15 planes that are going to be in the sky. All you have to do is shoot them down. Once you shoot all of them down, you're going to see the achievement pop up on the top middle of your screen, and then you can move on to the next step. So the next step is actually going to be an escort step. You just go into the freezer room, you hold square on the right button, and it's going to pull up this bomber zombie, and he is very fragile. If he just gets hit once by like a normal zombie, it takes away quite a bit of his health actually, so just you really have to keep him safe. I recommend doing this on a pest round just because the pests are really weak. If you have the packed pistols, you can just keep spamming those, and your bullets actually don't hurt the bomber zombie, which helps out, so you can just keep spamming those pistols, keeping him safe. So you're just going to make your way up to the very top. He's going to put in the battery next to the AA gun, and then you need to collect souls, which actually is the ammo for the AA gun, and then once you're done, you'll hear this little activation sound. If you fill up enough souls, you'll have like around 5-6 bullets, and then once you're done collecting souls, you go around the map and get the radio pieces. So the 2 radio pieces, there's only 2 locations for them, so they're in the same spot every game, but the first one can be found just by this dead body here. It's right next to stamina, can't miss it. You might have already gotten it at the beginning of the game, but the second one actually spawns after you shoot down all the planes, and it's just a body hanging on the side of the cliff. Your character will say, quote, all you have to do is pull out your saw and shoot the saw at the radio, and it'll fall down. All you got to do is go up to it, hold square, and it'll pick up the second radio piece. Now once you have both radio pieces, make your way over to this table and hold square to place it down. You'll see that you've successfully repaired the radio. Now you're going to make your way over to the AA gun, and I recommend having a friend hold the zombie for you. It's a lot easier, but if you are doing this solo, it's going to be very frustrating, but there is going to be battleships that start shooting at you, and to do this, all you need to do is just follow your eye and aim at the battleship. And for the up and down angle right here for the elevation, just look at the islands on the map over here. It's on the right. See how far that island is, and wherever the battleship is next to that island, you're going to want to see what number you have to type in, and if you get it wrong, if you miss, it's okay. Your character will say aim lower or aim higher. Right here she says aim lower, and just keep going down all the way until it actually hits the ship, and then there's going to be a second one that comes in. You're going to do the same exact thing, and then once you have both of them done, you'll see the notification pop up on the top of your screen, and then you move on to the next step. So the next step actually requires you to get all 3 of the Son of Nursis, or whatever they're called. They're little statues that you hold and you put them in the ancient door, but the first one here, you just hop on the flat cannon next to the bunker that you just left with the AA gun, and you shoot this big rock right here. It's gonna explode. It's the same rock every game, and then once you're done shooting that rock and it explodes, you go down to the beach, and you'll see it sitting there on the beach. You just go ahead, pick it up, go to the ancient door that's through the mines that you've already blown it up in the game. You just hold square, go down there, go up to the door itself, holding the statue, and hold square, and then once you're done, you can move on to the next statue. So in order to get the second statue, you need to scavenge zombies and get that glowing fuse, and once you're done getting that glowing fuse, you take it down to the freezer and hold square on this bucket with the 3 heads. heads, and the actual metal thing, whatever it is, will go down, pick up a zombie, it'll come back up, and you actually don't really have to defend it. I mean, it doesn't really have a health bar above it, but it's gonna go down all the way to spawn to the beach. It's gonna go into the water and just wait like a minute, even less, and it's actually gonna come back out holding the statue. And then after it walks up a certain distance, it's just going to fall and it's going to drop the statue. You're going to do the same thing you did with the first one. Just pick it up, go to the ancient door, hold square, and then you can move on to the third statue. So for the third statue, you're just going to get your upgraded saw, go to the cliffside where there's a whole bunch of cliffs and you can just look up, and there's going to be these little nests or rocks, and you're just going to have to get your upgraded saw and shoot that little nest or rock with the actual upgraded saw. There's locations right now showing up on screen. There can be one over here just by the hanging body by pack. There's one just above the blue fuses, as you already saw. There's some all the way very up top. It's pretty high up, and just keep looking around on these cliff sides. It's only going to spawn over here besides one in spawn. There could be one by this body, I think, at least. Yeah, around here. And just keep looking around all on the cliff sides. There could be one right here in spawn, and then one just over here by the stamina, just up here. This is actually a confirmed location. I haven't seen in my game, but someone confirmed it. But just look on the cliff sides, look at all the locations, and you should eventually get the statue to fall. And once the statue actually falls, you just pick it up just like the other two, go take it to the ancient door, hold square, and then you can move on with the next step. So the actual next thing that you need to do is actually harvest pest zombie spines, and then wait for that glowing fuse. You're going to put it in the bucket, and the machine is going to bring up a friendly pest, and all you have to do is you have to get your saw and you have to shoot it off of the fuses that are actually on the wall and hit the pest. And in this submarine room, all you have to do is shoot it off of the yellow fuse, it'll hit the purple fuse, and then go down and hit the pest right here, and then you can move on to the next location here. So actually in the next location, some of the boxes might be closed, so all you have to do is just throw a grenade and they'll open up. You'll see the colored fuse. And the next location right here next to the cliffs is actually a little bit trickier. You have to get your pest all the way up in the location just past the hallway a little bit. Then you have to shoot it off of the blue one, bounce it off the one just above the bunker, and it'll go all the way down and hit the pest all the way by the doorway. And then after that, you can move on to the next location. And the next location actually does get a little bit tricky because this is a triple bounce. But all you're gonna have to do is wedge yourself just next to the AA gun. And remember, if they're closed, make sure you grenade them so you can actually shoot the fuses. But wedge yourself next to the AA gun, and you need the pest to get on the other side of the bunker by the second door over here. And then once it actually is there, you're gonna want to shoot your saw at the yellow one. It's gonna bounce off the blue one, hit the purple one, and then go over there and hit the pest all the way on the other side of the bunker. And you can make your way down back to the sub room, and this area is the actual final location for the pest. Now for the fourth and final location, you're going to want your pest on the bridge, and you're going to want to wedge yourself next to the saw table, and next to this little pillar. You'll feel the corner that you're in as you're trying to move around in there. All you're going to need to do is shoot this fuse right here, and it's going to bank off all of the other ones and hit the pest that is on the bridge. This is a different perspective from someone else that shot it, and they actually hit the pest. And then after you're done with that, it's going to complete the pest spine, and then you're going to want to make your way over to the ancient room where the god is, and once all players are in there. But before this, I'd want to get set up a little bit because there's going to be a whole bunch of zombie spawning. But once 4 players or however many players are in the game are actually in there, the door is going to close and a whole bunch of zombies are going to spawn. It's like this little ritual. But once you kill every single one, or if you see the pest that's glowing, you want to kill that one. Then once you're done, it'll actually drop a head, and you just want to go ahead, pick up that head, and then move on with the next spine. Now this next spine is actually going to be the assassin zombie, which is pretty annoying to get, but I recommend shooting him a whole lot before you actually go ahead and do the charge shot. But once you do get his spine, once again you're gonna go ahead, put it in that bucket, and then you're gonna want to go around the map listening for that scream or that cry. And then you're going to go ahead and find the assassin zombie. It's going to be all curled up, and you're actually going to want to save that assassin zombie by shooting all the other ones. And once you're done actually shooting all the bad ones off of the good one, you're actually going to see the assassin zombie go into the mines, and then the fog is going to go away, and you're going to want to make your way back to the ancient room, get all 4 players in there, get set up again, and it's going to be the next ritual, and you're going to have to kill all the assassin zombies. And once the ritual is done, you go ahead, pick up that next head, and then move on with the next spine. So for the third and final spine, it's going to be the whistling zombie or the hammer hand zombie, whatever you want to call him. And all you're going to have to do is scavenge that spine again. It's going to be 50-50 chance that you're going to get the spine. But then once you do get that spine, you're going to go put it into the bucket just like you have before. It's going to spawn this friendly hammer zombie that's going to follow you around. And you're going to want to take him to the specific perks. It's going to be the same order every game. It's going to actually be the double tap. Then it's going to be the melee. Then it's going to be stamina up. And then finally quick revive. And then once you do get all of those 4 perks in a row, be in mind fine though. There is some pathing issues with it. Later on, if in the future, if you guys are watching this and the path notes are fixed and everything is fine, then lucky for you. As of right now, the zombie can get glitched and stuck in place, but once you actually do get that final perk, the zombie's gonna go into the waterfall, and then you make your way over back to the ancient room and do the final ritual by killing the hammer zombie, getting the head, and then you can move on to the next step. So the last thing you need to do is pick up the monk's head, and then before you actually go back to the ancient room, I suggest you get set up because it's going to be the final ritual you need to do. You need to kill a whole lot of zombies, and then just go ahead, place on all the heads on the hooks, and then it's going to put you in the final ritual. Just kill off all the zombies. The door will open once it's done, and then you can move on to the next step. So once you actually complete the ritual, the god will be holding the pommel. You just got to go up to it and hold square, and then you go up to the radio that you placed down before, where you built it next to box, and you actually throw the pommel at the radio, and then it'll now say hold square to interact. All 4 players or however many people are in the game, just go up to the radio, hold square, and you will now actually be put into the actual boss fight. So in the actual boss fight, there's basically just going to be a whole bunch of assassin zombies. They can throw saw blades at you. They do a lot of damage. But all you have to do is deal a lot of damage to the first few assassin zombies, or the one that's glowing is the main one that you have to hit. And then once you do enough damage, then you can actually ride the minecart system that's just right at spawn. You can't miss it. You got it for pack-a-punch or whatever you did. Just ride the minecart into the next area. So one of the next 2 areas here is actually going to be the sub room. When you take the minecart though, be aware that it doesn't take you to the same location every game. You'll go to one of the other 2 areas, either up by pack or down in the sub room. But in the actual sub room, there's going to be a pyro zombie. Just make sure you kill him more than anything, and then just deal a whole lot of damage to the boss again. But be aware there's going to be fire on the ground just like you were doing for the actual dial step. But once you do enough damage again, you go ahead, activate the minecart, and then you go to the next area again. So the actual 3rd area here up top by pack is just like the other 2. You just got to deal damage to the boss. Once it's done, you take the minecart again, and this time it'll actually take you back to spawn, and this is actually the last area you have to defend. Just keep on dealing a whole bunch of damage to that glowing boss with the fuse, and once you do actually kill him, you'll get the achievement, you'll get the last thing in your journal, notebook, whatever you want to call it, and then you actually have successfully completed the Darkest Shore Easter egg, and you'll get the cutscene, everything will show up. But other than that, this has been the video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you leave a like. If you're new, hit that sub button, and make sure you hit that notification bell. Don't miss a single upload or stream. But other than that, it's been your boy Fanatic, and I'm out. Take it easy.
Give me all that you can